Hey guys, so today, potatoes, politics, poison, and people. I've been planting all day and I got a lot to talk about, so listen up. So they go together actually, politics and potatoes, and poison and people. Um, if you're not aware of all the different derailments and all the different catastrophes, I mean, we just had a nuclear radioactive water being released into the ground over a period of a year, and they're just finding this out now in Minnesota. And not to mention, we have Idaho. Where do you think we get our potatoes from, guys? All right, Minnesota, Idaho, Oregon, and they're poisoning these places, our groundwater, and also these chemicals that's being released into the atmosphere. You know, it gets turns into rain. It comes right back down into the ground. And you have to see how these places are really reacting to this stuff, man. It's in the ground. It's just like oil. It's like a sheen of oil in the ponds, and you got animals dying and stuff. So we got to start growing our own stuff. I mean, I've been growing my own stuff here in New York in my condo on my balcony for about 5-6 years now, learning how to do it. Only because as a chef, I enjoyed having really fresh stuff, and I never realized it was going to turn into a life necessity. All right. If you have space, I seriously, I can't tell you enough. It's time. It's time to learn how to grow your own vegetables. If you have a room or you have some sunny windowsills, at least some lettuces and things, because you got to get something in you that's freaking fresh and has vitamins and nutrients and macronutrients, micronutrients, minerals. You're not getting that stuff anyway out of the stuff you buy in the stores, because they come from refrigerated trucks in places that are really far away. By the time you get them, they've already been a week, plucked and refrigerated and dehydrated. You're getting half of the nutrients, and they already come out of the ground missing 20-30% of the nutrients. The vegetables and fruits we eat today is not the same as our grandparents, right? One carrot now is like 20 of theirs back then, or rather the other way around. 20 carrots now for one carrot of theirs back then. I mean, we got no minerals left in our soil because these accidents and these silver sulfides and all the shit that they're spraying in the air that comes back down to the soil. And now they're deliberately destroying our supply chain, our food chains. I mean, all the different warehouses that have mysteriously just, can't even say stuff because it's going on YouTube, but, these are not accidents, man. These are orchestrated events. So I highly suggest that you learn how to grow your own food, and I'll be doing lots of videos showing you how I do it, because if you can do it out of a condo in New York where it's 6 months cold, and you bring your plants in, winterize them, and like myself, I've learned to have them flowering with fruit up to about January, February. Then I winterize it for like a month, and it's ready to put out leaves already for the next time around for summer. So it took a little bit to learn this, because I didn't learn from anyone else. It was trial and error. But I have it down where I can keep some of my plants alive through the winter, flowering, giving me stuff. And the idea is to really have a good haul in the summertime, so that you can can and bottle and freeze this stuff, so you have enough to carry those 2 or 3 months where you don't have anything. All right. And not to mention, it's more because now you got to grow a new plant. And if you can keep the plants alive, like myself, I'm already fruiting peppers and things like that. So I'm in my room now. Excuse the darkness that comes in, because it's almost sunset, and this is the best time for my plants to get some sun on this side of the house. And I have grow lamps, and I'm going to show you what my setup is, because anyone can plant potatoes. Potatoes is like the easiest thing to plant, guys. I mean, if you have just water and you don't even have dirt, you can put the potato in a certain way on top of the glass with some toothpicks so it doesn't fall in the water, and it'll start growing roots. Okay, that's hydroponic ways. All right, but today we're going to do with dirt. All right, and I'm going to show you some of the potatoes that I'll have growing already. All right. Keep in mind. All right. Keep in mind now that this potato is what happens to your potatoes when you leave them on the windowsill or in a bag, or in a dark place for too long, and light still gets to them somehow. They start growing these spuds, right? This one's a little bit too far gone, but I'm gonna try them anyway. Right, so what you do is when you get them like this, you want to maybe have no more than 3 sprouts coming on it, right? Those are usually the eyes on it. This one's got a lot, so I'd probably keep this one and this one here and break the other ones off, and then cut the potato in a way that I have a good chunk of potato for each sprout, because that's going to be like its embryo sac, all right? That's how it's going to grow. So I've already done that to a bunch of these potatoes here, and they've only been there since the 14th, all right? What's today? I don't even know. It's only a few days later, and look at the size of this one I put down here. All right, that's one potato, and that was another half over there, and I'm actually getting more sprouts over here from that tiny little half that I got. Look at the size of that. That's just in a few days, right? Now look at these here. I'm doing in a different method. I'm doing in a plastic bag method. Now I've got some flies, some fungus gnats coming out of here, but it's only because I put a lot of fertilizer. I'm going to show you the fertilizer in a minute. And I'm going to take care of those with some neem oil real quick. But you can see there how many potato sprouts I'm getting there. Okay, there's one there here. This one didn't do too well because it was just one big whole potato. I stuck it in there. So this is what happens when you stick one whole potato and don't do it properly. You might only get that one sprout. There's nothing else coming out anywhere. But here, where I had only two halves, and look at all those sprouts, okay? Same thing over here. You can see some sprouts there. Look at this one here, all right? Look at that one. And this one's got, same thing as the other one big potato. So I have two here that aren't doing so well. But then you got this one here is amazing. Look at that. All right. So keep in mind, one potato can give you 5 to 10 potatoes. So look at all the potatoes I'm going to have there, right? These are two halves in each. So that's basically 10 to 20 potatoes, 10 to 20, 10, 20, 20. So 20. I got over 100 potatoes here. Not to mention down here. That was all with 3-4 potatoes that I cut into segments. Okay, no reason why you can't do this. Okay, same thing here. Look, this is the potato I was just showing you, right? It's all you're doing. You just cover it up with dirt, right? Here's one that's almost going to start putting roots, all right? So I get them started a little bit first, and then when they got like a little bit of a root and a little bit of a sprout grown into a spud, or like a retaining type thing, then I'll stick it in some dirt, and that's it, right? Air, dirt, and water, right? But now you got to put nutrients into the dirt, okay? If you don't have good dirt, or even if you do have good dirt, they still need some food in the dirt, so vitamins and fertilizer, right? And you can get this stuff anywhere, Can't read it there because it's backwards in the camera, right? It's all-purpose fertilizer, 222, true biotic, and it's for everything, a general all-purpose, tomatoes, eggplant, all that. I don't get fancy with the nutrients because I make my own fertilizer out of composting stuff that I eat, from chicken to eggs and stuff like that. I gotta break these up. Okay, you gotta remember, eggs is like crazy. It's like plastic. You don't grind them up into a powder, you're not gonna get nothing into the soil. They will never break down. You gotta grind them up with a pedestal or in a machine or something. But that's where I've just been kind of letting them hang out till I do that now. So the most important thing with your potatoes is lighting, right? this should show you the myth about grow lights, okay? I only have 2 expensive grow lights, you want to say. They're not too expensive, like $25 each, right? But then this big one here, I just bought the other day for $75 at Home Depot. And the thing is, they're trying to nail you with these grow lamps, man. All you need is a high, bright white, full spectrum white light, right? And it could be fluorescent, guys. It's another lie that they're telling us about these UV and the grow lights and LEDs. It's really a color situation when you're looking at the R, red, B, and blue and the green lights and stuff like that. I've got a few, but they burn out all the time. And I found out that it's so much easier to just have these fluorescent lamps, bright white. Okay, that's 12,000 lums, so it's really, really bright. And you can see how well my plants are doing. All right, it's winter time, and I winterized this pepper, and it's grown leaves already. That's from last winter time, right? And these are also pepper plants. And we got some broccoli here. These didn't do too well. These are more peppers. We've got basil here. This is going to be a tomato bucket here. That's why I'm getting it ready with the calcium and the eggs, even though it's not crushed up yet properly. And then this is my pride and glory here. This is my habanero plant. It's really a tree. It's just massive. And you can see it's already fruiting. Okay, it's already fruiting, which is amazing because my favorite thing is hot peppers. I love hot peppers. So I got a lot of planting to do. Look at all the stuff I got here. Got all kinds of stuff. Eggplants and peppers and zucchinis. All kinds of lettuces. Okay. Over here, all I did was just a little green beans and some peas and some corn. And I'm getting them ready. Just 2 corns to each thing, because as soon as they sprout, I'll separate them. And over here, I got some green beans. As soon as I see, oh, look, I see something coming out of him already. Amazing. Okay, and same thing, I got some green peas. So I got green beans, green peas, and I got some corn. And that's it for now. The rest I'm going to fill up. Okay. So, you guys got to understand, we got a situation here where the deep state is trying to literally put us out, man. They're taking our food supplies, killing our chickens. They're going to tell us now, bird flu. Bird flu. Okay, going to kill all the chickens. And Biden now wants to vaccinate all the cows and all the chickens as well. So it's like if they don't get us directly with the jab, they're going to put it in our food. You know, and my weakness is pizza. I order pizza out 3 times a week. I got like $100 a week pizza hab. I'm not fat, but I could probably cut out a couple of pies. You know, and I can make the stuff myself so much better. It's just laziness, you know. But it's so expensive now. $30? I mean, $120 a pizza a week? Are you fucking kidding me? So I got to stop just because of that. So I got all the flour. And I went to 2 culinary schools, so there's no reason for me to be doing that, all right? I'm going to show you guys how to do all of this stuff because I've worked in 5-star restaurants, and you know, I was the man behind the curtain, so to speak, and I've always made some incredible stuff, and that's why I love having fresh things to cook with, all right? And now more than ever, my skills are necessary because we are being poisoned, and you can't trust, which is my whole point about the pizza. I don't know how he made his sauce. What the hell did he put in there? Not to mention, I know that they're cooking with oils that aren't good for me because I get fat. And when I'm off the pizza for 2-3 days, I see the difference in my body. Okay, so we have to start taking charge of our own health, now more than ever, because not only are you not getting the nutrients and vitamins in our food because they're starved of them by the time you get them anyway, but man, our groundwater is getting poisoned now. Our air, everything, and that's what a potato is 80% water. A potato is 80% water. The osmosis of a potato means that it's going to literally leach whatever is in that soil into it, and it's going to become it. So understand, we got Idaho potato, russets, all the shit that's coming into our supermarkets is coming from the West, which is now being poisoned. All right, so how do you get around that? Right here. Look, this is a tiny little room. Sorry, it looks like hell right now. All right, this is like my pantry room, right? And I got my kitchen behind me, but it's small, so I decided to put the refrigerators in this room and make this like a grow room, right? And I'll have everything I need here, okay? These are probably going to go out in another couple of months out on the balcony into a nice big box where they'll grow huge. But, you know, in another week, they got to come out of these bags. So another few days, actually. And they'll go to a bigger bag. I'll show you that soon, okay? And, you know, Mr. Eggplant is good right where he is. He'll probably grow nice and big up there, you know, and the broccolis and whatnot. So, got a lot of planting to do. And I have to tell you, you're on a time schedule now. If you don't get your stuff in the ground in the next couple of weeks, you're not going to be eating nothing in June. By June, I'm going to have tomatoes, eggplants, all kinds of stuff. Okay, and you're going to see my beautiful videos that I've had before on my other YouTube channel. That was just really kung fu, and because I'm a self-defense teacher and a chef, so I had a lot of little cooking videos and stuff. Nothing good, you know. Every time I was inspired with a lunch or dinner, I, you know, pluck this and pluck that and make a little cooking video. But my skills now are more needed than ever because I'm off-grid, on-grid, okay? And if I can do it in a condo, you can do it in a home or in a place where you have a lot more land. If I had a backyard, man, the whole thing would be an orchard of food and vegetables. All right, you must take advantage of any area where you can grow now and start making some food. All right, so we already talked potatoes. All right, now the politics part, we got the smart cities, the 15-minute cities that are coming. Got to say no to that, guys. Got to get out there, your congressmen and your assemblymen and anyone that will listen to you, and vote no to 15-minute cities. Vote no to all this CBDC, central bank digital currency. Okay, and say no to these restrictions that are going to be placed on us because we're losing our freedom. Okay, this deep state cabal of elites not only are poisoning and taking our food away, they're pushing us into this surveillance tracking 15-minute city where you won't leave outside your city, and you'll have points and credits, social credit score. And if you do, you're going to be docked points, and at the end of the week, you might not be able to go because you go out too much. All right? And then the cars and everything, digital, everything wants to be electrical. That's why they're going to take gas away. No ovens, no nothing. So that you will be bound to this electrical system. And now what? They turn you off. Your social credit score is too low. Click. You don't eat that day. You don't get in your car. The car doesn't start. Okay, all the cars are going to have special gadgets now, supposedly for alcohol, but facial recognition. They're going to be reading your blood pressure and your heartbeat in there. For what? Okay, all these biomechanics and stuff, biometrics, bad stuff, guys. It's total track and surveillance, and then they'll eventually tell you no good outside. It's got to be under your skin. Okay, that's mark of the beast, guys. Okay, can't buy or sell unless you take the mark of the beast. That's why I'm doing this, because I'm going to be out of the system. I'm not going to need no supermarket soon. Or I'm going to can and make all my stuff to last the cold part of the year and have, you know, no reason to have to go to a supermarket anymore. So you got to boycott these Amazon fuckers and all these other guys that are literally going to close their doors to you unless you take the jab. You take the jab, and then all of a sudden you can go out to the supermarkets and buy all the shit. But if you don't take the jab, those magnetic doors ain't even going to open because you got to scan your palm or your eyes and your facial recognition, and it's going to show your medical history that you're vaccinated, and then you can go in there and you can shop. So we're in a new world, a track and surveillance situation, okay? So you see how potatoes, politics, and poison all jive together, okay? We're being poisoned. Our potatoes are now poisoned. Think 80% water and osmosis, everything, all vegetables, but mainly the big ones like potatoes that soak up so much. I mean, tomatoes, same thing, okay? Pommes de terre, okay? Fruits of the earth, okay? That's the same thing as a potato. All water. What do you think is in all that water now? From Idaho and Florida and Virginia and Minnesota, all these places are all radiated and poisoned. So take charge of your health right now. I'm a health and fitness specialist, certified with all the bells and whistles in martial arts and health and fitness. I've been to 2 of the best culinary institutes in the world and graduated, and I worked with Ferdinand Metz and his son. Whew, a lot of stuff there, guys. So I'm really glad I did all that, because I got to save myself now, and I'm going to help save you too. So if you listen to me, I'm going to help you plant, grow stuff at home, okay? Like I said, this is a simple $75 right ass Hilux, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I actually have the box over there. I'll read it to you the next time. But, you know, that'll give you all the light that you need. I don't even need the other grow lamps. And that's only $75. And I can light up this whole room now. All right? And grow whatever I want in here. And you might think the electricity bill, right? No, these are LEDs. They're not lamps and fluorescents like they used to, so they're not going to take up a lot of money. I could run this all day and still not be $1, okay? Which would be a lot different back in the other times, okay? When you had bulbs, incandescent bulbs and things like that. And they didn't even grow plants well anyway. All right, so get yourself some lights. Go on Home Depot, get yourself some seeds. Okay? Home Garden 30 heirloom seed packets, okay? And then, you know, some fertilizer. You see how good they react to the fertilizer, right? And what I do is I make a nice tea out of the fertilizer, right? I let it sit in there, all right? And that's what I water my plants with, is a solution of water and fertilizer, all right? So that's it for today, guys, all right? Remember, potatoes are the easiest thing to grow. It starts sprouting the spud, all right? Cut the potato in half. Keep just 2 of those spuds. Jam it in some dirt, a bag. And you can start watching them grow. Look at all the roots growing down there, right? These are already ready for replanting, okay? So my next video, I'm going to show you the next stage of those potatoes set up, possibly for a month. Because from now on, I'm not going to want to move them. Their next place is going to be where they're going to stay, possibly till maturation. I'm not sure yet. I might go 1 bigger bag before I go to a box. Or, you know, what's really great is those supermarket disposable bags, because they're, you know, waterproof. I don't know if I have any around here right now. Yeah, actually, it's, see, I told you, it's actually in the pot. Those are the perfect grow bags, guys. You can pop some holes in the bottom so it drains out, and it's waterproof, so it's not going to go through the edges. So when you get your groceries, don't throw out those disposable ply. I don't even know what they're made of. I hope they're not. They can't. They're food safe. They have to be food safe. So I was going to say don't have BPs, but they can't because they're food, you know, food safe. So yeah. So those are the best things to do. So that's where these guys are going to wind up, but then you won't be able to see them to the sides. All right, you won't be able to see the roots and stuff. So say goodbye to these guys for now. Next time you see them, they'll all have their own new little home where they're going to grow to term. And I should have minimum 10 potatoes per bag, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 potatoes, probably a lot more. But minimum 70 potatoes, okay? And all it took was a little love, a little air, a little water, a little dirt, all right? Okay, a little more. I had to buy the lights and stuff like that. But after that, then you can just grow your own stuff, you know? You got to break some eggs to make an omelet, guys, all right? So spend your initial couple of $100s for a light, some fertilizer, Bags and pots, man, you can make that out of cardboard and bags and things like that if you don't want to spend money for pots and stuff like that. But yeah, make a little bit of investment and you'll be eating so fresh. You have no idea what it is to pick a tomato and bite it like an apple. Oh my God, you get like a vitamin B12 shot. The nutrients, the vitamins, the micro and macronutrients. All right, I'm a nutritionist, all right, certified nutritionist. So you got to understand that the vegetables we're getting have no nutrients in them. And you can tell the difference when you grow your own and you make a fresh salad. Oh, wow. I mean, you actually feel in your body that you've eaten something that it was needing, okay? You're not going to get that with store stuff, especially the hot peppers I get. They have flavor to it. They're not just hot. They have terpenes and terpines and all that stuff. So you're missing out, man. Herbs and things like that, they've already been dried in the supermarket on the shelves and in the trucks. So learn how to grow your own stuff. Remember, vote no on all this craziness that's coming now with the CBDCs and 15-minute smart cities that you're not going to leave your town in, social credit scores. It's not going to be convenient, guys. Scanning your palm to go into a store is giving away your freedom. Trust me. They're doing stuff with that. They're getting to know you in and out in a way that we're leading to some dystopian, everyone plugged into a computer type mentality in a world that you're not going to want to have for your kids. So pay attention and start growing your own stuff. You don't have to worry about things no more, okay? Take it easy. I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. You and I.